We are going to be replacing the hard drive in this MacBook Air. Underneath this cover here, the bottom cover, is the hard drive in this section. So all you really need is a Phillips screwdriver. I noticed there's a screw missing right here, so just pay attention to where your screws get placed. Okay, so the hard drive is right here. Now you want to be careful, and I'll zoom in here. So here's the hard drive, and you may be thinking, is it the same size as a normal laptop hard drive? No, it is not. This is a normal laptop hard drive. As you can see, it is not the same size. So I'll show you how to take it out, and then you just want to get the same model hard drive as before. So one of the things that you're going to need to do is there's some mounting screws on the bracket, and then there's also these ribbons. You want to be very careful when you remove these ribbons not to damage them, rip them, or tear them, as you will need to replace these if you do. So this has a little pull-up tab right here. Looks like a piece of electrical tape, and if you gently pull up, it allows you to take that off. Now right here, and right here, there's also a screw here. And then this ribbon Now, running along the edge of the hard drive case is a wire, and so you just want to be careful. This actually came unplugged unknowingly. You're watching some video from further down. I'm just showing you here because when you take the hard drive out, you can potentially damage this wire. So just pay attention to it. It plugs in right there, and so if you unplug it to make it a little easier, just remember that you'll just want to be careful. So let's get to the rest of the takedown. And I just got a new one on eBay. It just came in the mail. So we'll go ahead and compare it. I'll put a link in the description below. This should be the exact same model. It's not a standard size hard drive. Okay. And before you take this out, you might want to discharge any static electricity that you have. Just touch a piece of metal. Okay, so this came from Japan, directly from Japan. And slightly different, but same size anyway. So we're going to take off this here and also the ribbon and fit it. Hopefully we can take off the foam padding, insulation, but we may not be able to. And now the ribbon. So there's this piece of tape on here. If you look here, so the data ribbon just fits right in that slot. There's no flap and there's no latch or anything. It just pushes right in. So we'll take this off, and it's taped down. Okay, I'm going to carefully lift the tape up and off. Okay, we got it out. You just really want to be careful when you remove this. We'll fit this back in. Make sure it's perfectly aligned before you push it in. There's not really a lot of... This is a very fragile piece. And if you feel like you're forcing it, just take your time. Okay, that feels right. Okay, so a way to tell if you have it in the right place is if it's equidistant from on both sides. It should be the same distance in. So if this is up higher than on this side, you can look at the dotted lines as well. Then it's not anchored in on one side or the other. But this feels like it's in, and if it's not, we can take it back apart and readjust it. But so let's go to the next step. We're going to see if we can remove any of this padding. Here we have up here in this corner. And these are really just anti-shock pads. Okay, well, I wasn't able to get the padding off very easily, and so what I'm going to do instead is I have some adhesive foam. It's not the same material, but it's pretty close. So I'm going to be putting this on instead. So we'll go to the back side here. That's where we put that little pad. Now, if you don't have this foam pad, just don't worry about it. I have it around, and I figured I might as well make it as close to the way it was, but it's not crucial. It's just kind of a shock vibration protection from what I can tell. If anything, though, it may help not having it by keeping the airbook cooler. So, okay, so we're just going to go with that. And at this point now, we will put the hard drive back into the slot here. Okay, as you put these little plugs and ribbons back onto the board, you just want to take your time. It doesn't take much pressure. It's kind of firm pressure, but it's gentle at the same time. And just go over it, look it over kind of slowly to make sure that you have everything plugged back in. You don't want anything unplugged once you put the laptop back together. Then you just want to make sure that this wire is properly placed. Kind of goes up and down, and there's a little area that you can see where it fits. Okay, so I have all the screws in, and I wasn't able to get the lid on with the extra padding. It's a little bit thicker, so it still has the padding underneath, but the padding on the top is off. So now let's go ahead and put the lid back on, the cover. There we go, it fits much nicer. And then we will put the screws back in, and it should be good to go. Okay, once you install your hard drive and power it on, you're going to get this because you have an empty hard drive. So you have to install the the operating system on the new hard drive. So then you're just going to need to hook up a USB drive. You can either have a hard drive with an OS installed. In this case, I have the Mac OS X install disk. And go ahead and boot that on the screen. So the screen should load like this. Okay, so once you get to this point, it will ask for a place to install the operating system. And you might freak out and say, oh shoot, I got a bad hard drive or whatever. That's not the case. What you want to do is go up here to Utilities and bring up Disk Utility. Why it doesn't do this automatically, I don't know. But here is the disk that we want. And in order to have it run the operating system, we have to erase it and format it as a Mac hard drive. So this is the 80 gig, so I'll just call it 80 GB and then click erase. So what that is doing is just setting it up as a Mac compatible hard drive. Once that's done, then you can go ahead and close this, and there it appears. We'll go ahead and click continue and install. From this point on, it should be great. If you have a CD or DVD, it may do this on the software install as well if you have a hard drive attached, where it'll just verify the quality of the installation disk. In my case, I know it's fine, so I'm just going to go ahead and click skip, and we will get that process going. If you have a bad disk, it can write or have problems on the install and just waste your time. So it's your decision there, but we'll let this go, and we'll have a nice clean operating system. Thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. And if you could do me the favor of rating this video and subscribe if you want more. Have a good day. Bye.